Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Hey guys, welcome back. It's Bushcraft Family back again with another video, and it's one of these. Yes, top shortages for March. And some of these shortages are the same as before because they're still having issues with them. So it may not be so much a shortage of it. It may just be increased prices. And one of those items is on the number one top of the list here is beef. According to Beef Magazine, the USDA estimates that the average American will consume 5 to 10% less beef in 2023. And it's only March, guys. And that's the steepest decline in consumption in over 40 years. And the reason why the shortage is there's just not as much beef out there ready to go to the processors and whatnot than there has been in previous years. So ranchers are having to catch up, and like I said, this year may be time to find something else to eat because the price of beef is going to go poof, and it's going to be a little bit on the shortage side. Number two is lettuce. Yes, lettuce is still there, even though some of the crops are still chucking along and trying to get this thing going. We've had many things from lettuce virus to a lot of the crops in California. Yep, where a lot of the lettuce comes at this time of the year has been wiped out. So expect very high prices for lettuce if you can find it, or very small if you go for the heads of lettuce and stuff. They're going to be really small because they were picked early and whatnot. But expect lettuce to be that thing this year, at least for this month. Not saying the coming months or anything, but yep, lettuce. Number three, and this has been said before, beer. Not only because beer comes in aluminum cans, but like I said, if we're just talking aluminum, aluminum this month has gone up 20%. The price of aluminum, 20%. Not to mention, there's a CO2 shortage. So that's what carbonates it. And sorry about that. It does affect other things like pop and everything that comes in aluminum and whatnot. Anything that comes in aluminum, really. But on top of that, with the CO2 shortages or the carbon dioxide, Number four, for those who like champagne and whatnot, they're on the list. They have become rising back up there again because of the CO2 shortages and whatnot. Stuff that's going over, a big supplier of champagne does come from France, and they're having many, many issues themselves. So plus, you want to talk about the demand. The beginning of the year, the demand for champagne went down 28% from previous years. So not only is there a shortage in all this, people are just not drinking it. They can't afford it. Number five, oranges. Yes, oranges. There's with the tropical temperatures and the weather that's been going on in Florida, it has put a damper on a lot of the citrus down in Florida. So not only that, but where we also get it from California and Brazil, there has been a great decline in production for those areas. So they're saying it could go up by 51%. And that might not be right now, but that might be down the road. That is a big increase. Number 6, cooking oil. Yeah, you're gonna hear it. You're gonna hear it again because the military conflict over there and whatnot. We get a lot of oil from there. Sunflower. You haven't seen too much of it, but not only that, peanut oil, canola. Canola's having issues keeping up with the supply and everything. And like I said, over 70% of the world's sunflower seed and oil come from that region over there. So that's on the list. So expect higher prices or shortages for cooking oils. Next one, number 7. You guys thought it was gone. You thought we were coming back with this. But unfortunately, butter is on this list again. And this doesn't mean the butter that, say, Walmart has butter and then like 20% water in it. That may be cheaper, but you're not paying for 100% butter. We'll just put it that way. They're already saying that butter will be going up at least 12%. It had already went up 9.1% last year. They're expecting this year to go up another 12% on butter. 12% on butter. I'm just at the prices of this stuff. The inflation that has gone up so much that 1 year, an average 9.1% increase on butter. The very next year, we're already looking at 12%, and it's March. It's March, and we're already up that high. And they're saying this is reason why the shortages is, according to farmers' advice, milk production is likely to decrease, which is why we're having a shortage for that. Milk hasn't reached that point yet. Like I said, it's just the butter products at this moment. Number 8 is corn. Corn is our single most lucrative cash crop in the United States. The production, distribution, and sale of corn in 2021 was $71.1 billion to the American economy. According to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, whether it be used for oil, corn syrup, canned or sold fresh on the cob, or turned into other things like gasoline or for fuel. But in the last couple years, the production has plummeted because a lot of corn growers are trying to switch to wheat. Not many farmers are actually growing corn as it is now. So they're already suggesting that this year we will be growing 3.7 million acres less. That is a lot of corn. So that means expect these shortages throughout the year and possibly next year going forward. This is going to be a big damper to a lot of things here, guys. Almost 4 million acres of corn will not be around. Number 9, eggs again. Yep. The prices come down, but there's still a lot of shortages right now. And they're expecting this bird flu that's going to take out millions and millions of more birds. Over 46 different states have this virus running muck on our chickens. And with the sketchy feed and all this talk that had went on for 6 months, it had put a major damper on their egg production. Other than that, guys, let's go to number 10. Tomatoes. Yes. Tomatoes. Majority of tomatoes at this time come from California and Florida. We all know the issues we're going through with California. It has wiped out a lot of the crops. The cold weather destroyed a lot of crops. Not to mention the flooding, the crazy weather, and you always think California is the drought. You losing crops to droughts and all this, but no. And with tomatoes, well, that's your ketchup is going to be going up. Tomato sauce, pasta sauce, canned tomatoes, all that stuff is going to be going up. Yay! So start growing it. Grow them tomatoes. Number 11 is bread. Yes, we have bread. And again, I'm not going to bring up, because this is the major excuse for all of our grain comes from Ukraine and Russia. That lies the problem. If that's where all of our grain has come from, we need to remedy that and grow it ourselves. Problem solved. But we're looking at a major shortage. Prices of bread have went way up. I remember a couple years ago, you can get a nice 12 grain wheat bread for $1.78. Now you expect to pay $4 to $5 for that same loaf. And on top of it, it has bioengineered ingredients in the bread now, so you have to pay attention what bread you get. But anyway, they're expecting another 20% increase this year if you haven't already seen it. So bread, have to make that stuff at home. Number 12, olive oil. Olive oil is still under that shortage. Being so far behind, a lot of this olive oil comes from Spain and Italy and Latin America and all that. But a lot of places there has been bacteria that has caused 50 to 70% of olive oil production reduced, and it took its hold on the market. And the likelihood this is going to last beyond 2023. So expect an increase of 11 to 25% on olive oil. Number 13. You can kind of guess where I'm going to go with this one. It's baby formula again. Yep. With all the we haven't caught up. Every time baby formula starts to catch up to where we're getting at that peak to where you're not gonna see shortages anymore on it. Boom, another recall. In 2022, they lost more than 40% of their stock due to recalls. 40%. And when this happens, they have to shut down their line to try to find where this issue is and clean it and whatever. But again, they've had shutdowns already, recalls this year again. So expect these shortages to continue. But there you have it, guys. That is the list. I know there's some things on there that haven't went away yet. They're still at the top of the line there. There are other shortages, but these are the main ones that pop up on all the markets. But hopefully we have growing season coming up. Time to get that stuff in the ground and grow some of the stuff that you can grow, that you don't have to rely on your grocery store to provide them. Until next time, guys, like always, God bless.